Well, for more on the World Trade Organization's review of China's trade policies, let's bring in Yong Wang. He's an associate professor of economics and the academic deputy dean of the Institute of New Structural Economics at Peking University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So for those who aren't familiar, explain the WTO's trade review process. Who is involved and why it matters?
Sure. This trade policy review is conducted on periodically, and the frequency is mainly dependent on the size of the country. For example, this is the 8th trade review for China. So the members of all the WTOs will attend, and they're gonna address the major concerns of all the trade partners, and this review is one of the most important activities that also give the opportunities to address these concerns and tell people how the reviewed country need to respond to the concerns and how to move forward.
So then, in terms of the data points, what does that WTO report on China actually say?
So basically, that review is talking about how the different, basically the major trade partners of China, like U.S. Or UK, and they express their concerns, and how China's Ministry of Commerce also launched a full report telling all the members of the WTO what trade policies China has been conducting and what kind of reforms, for example, is undergoing, and what is the future plan for China. So this is a very comprehensive report, and I think during the meetings, different parties like UK and the US, they sort of criticized some of China's trade policies, and China's counterpart also respond. It is a very comprehensive.
So to that point then, as you mentioned, some member nations give their assessment. What were their specific issues, and how did China react to them?
For example, one issue that raised by the other members of WTO, like the United States, saying China have this unfair industrial policies. For example, the state-owned enterprises in China may be subsidized, so they have some unfair advantages in trade. And the U.S. also accused China using industrial policies too much, and also coerce other WTO members, especially the small nations, so to follow rules by China, etc. And I think for the SOE reforms, China is actually paying a lot of attention to the SOE reforms, and if people pay attention to this 14th five-year plan, which was issued last year, which is a really important document, official document, you see, the Chinese government saying that China need to continue to push SOE reforms, and a similar thing is also expressed by the Chinese government during the WTO this review session. So and I think the China is expressed their legitimacy of using some type of non-actionable subsidies. For example, this subsidies for the environmental purposes, subsidies to encourage innovation, and subsidies in reallocating labors, in poor regions to help those poor workers to find a job, etc. Yeah, this process is still going on.
Right.
But I think the tension is also there. Yeah.